What's happening, everyone? We're back today with another video on the ST. Today we're going to be doing something a bit different. We're going to be fitting a new center console where the cup holder is here, because as you can see that is like aids. And well, I didn't actually plan doing this because I was just going to clean it out. Like, it's perfectly fine. It's just that I butchered the aux port when I wanted to do the ST170, or I think it's the ST170 center console with the two cup holders. Yeah, it was just a nightmare, so I didn't really bother. Hence why you've got the things to look out for when buying an ST video. So if you haven't seen that, be sure to check that out. We've got some new kick panels here as well, because I cut the shit out of them when trying to fit that center console, as well as a new handbrake lever, because I cut the shit out of that when trying to do the center console, so you could see how much you have to really cut to actually get this fucking piece of shit to fit. And while doing all this, I thought that we should give the car a new shift boot, because I haven't had one in ages. Actually, I took my old one out and sort of destroyed it when doing that stupid center console. A boot for the handbrake that people have been doing, seen that quite common. We've actually got some new leather skins for these, because I'm not really a fan of the 1980s Fiesta and Ford Escort headliner that they've decided to use on the door cards, because that shit's retro. It should stay in a retro car. We don't need it nowadays. I know, like, it's probably going to be like, they call it a perforated leather, or like something like that, I think it's called. And a few of you are going to go, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's not to my taste. There's no like fabric on these seats or anything in the car, so they've decided to just put them in there. So we're going to change them to some black stitch, black leather inserts, so the door cards will be coming off. I'm not really going to show too much detail to take them off, more just showing you where the screws are, because it's easy. And we didn't film this one because we were going to like do a bit of, we were going to do this video yesterday. In fact, I'll get my words out, but weather was crap. It was cold, raining. We couldn't be bothered. We weren't motivated. Still not motivated today. But I've got to do it, because I won't do it. I just won't do it. So I'll show you a little time lapse of this being a bitch if the footage is like, 'cause it was quite dark in Luke's house at the time. So what we have done, we have skinned the handbrake surround, which goes here in leather. Don't worry about like all the adhesive in here. I will clean it before it's fitted. It's come out quite nice, to be fair. Like, we had to modify it to fit a bit, so like we had to just remove a bit of leather here, unfortunately. But once it's down, I'll get it to fit now. It's still quite a tight fit, but not too sad at all. It's a bit exposed here, but not the end of the world, or if not, I'll just do something to sort that out. But yeah, just sits like over here now. Not too sad, considering it was an absolute pain in the arse to actually do, so don't hate on us too much. But yeah, I mean, like, not being funny, if I put it in gear now, put the handbrake down, look, you don't even fucking notice it. So I'm not really too worried on that note, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, that's what we did yesterday. So we'll be fitting that once, obviously, all the new boots are on and stuff like that. But yeah, let's just get into it. This is all pretty much apart. If I just take my drink out, because this is two pieces that we're going to replace, so that can go in the bin with all that stuff there. And then there's some wiring that we've extended and stuff like that. So I'm just going to correct all that off camera because you don't need to see none of that. And it's boring. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to strip this down. Because I'm going to take this off because I need to get the handbrake lever off. And then might give it a little hoover because I did do a lot of trimming that day. And then we'll just show you the new bits that we're going to be replacing. Because I'm going to leave the door cars till last because this is the quicker stuff. I want all my time focused on actually re-trimming these. Okay, so boring stuff is over now. That's shortened. So is that. So that's all good now. It's a bit of a pain in the arse doing this one, but is what it is. It's done now. It's perfectly fine. So hopefully that should work all okay. I've just got the other kick panel off now. Just chuck that in the back. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually remove this center console to get to the handbrake lever. And then once we've done that, we'll actually work on de-adjusting this handbrake and removing this lever. I've put the car in gear so it doesn't roll anywhere while we have the handbrake off. But yeah, all we got to do is just literally, there normally is a bolt there, but I don't know what I've done with them, if I'm honest, from the last time. But it's just a case of doing these poppers either side. So if I just quickly bang these off. Yeah, clip's broken. That's why it's acting up. Knocked you a lot over as well. Okay, so go around to the other side. Okay, this one don't even have one. That's how much I gave a shit about that. Okay, so now we should, there we go. Let's just take this out of neutral for a second. And we should be able to get this fucking beast out. There we go. What we want to do now is 10mm fully de-adjust the handbrake. Pull the cable out of the actual lever, which it goes through here, and as you can see, the cable's there. And then it's just a case of what looks like a 10mm here, a 10mm there, and then you got your little switch, which I'll just unplug now. So I'm just going to get a 10mm on those, 3, possibly an 8mm for that, if anything, but I'll let you know. It's probably, normally it's 8s, 10s and 13s on these cars, so okay, we'll have a look. So it is a 10mm for the handbrake cable. Don't worry, I will not be putting it back on. I'm literally doing that to save time before anyone starts crying. Okay, so now it's just going to be a case of undo these two 13s. Okay, as you can see, that's the old one. Nothing wrong with it, just apart from I cut the shit out of it and ruined it. So yeah, junk. So let's get a new one, as I'm crabbed inside this car. Cable part's probably going to be the worst bit, but with it all loose, it should hopefully a bit nicer, and it's half cut, so you don't have to line it up all the way. It's literally just at a certain point. Not too sad actually. I'm just going to put the nut on the end there just so it stays. Like that. Gun's running out. Battery. Okay, so I just adjusted that because it had to go down quite a bit to get a nice firm handbrake, which is good. And all I'll do now, finish this bad boy off by just plugging her in. Brand new, brother. Okay, so that's all done. Nice new handbrake lever now. Like the button, it's probably worse than my old one, but I don't really care. It's not too bad. At the end of the day, it doesn't look like that mashed up piece of shit down there. So I'm just going to clear some bits and bobs in the car. Put the new handbrake boot on this, so that's straightforward. And then we will install the shifter boot, and then we'll just move on to the door cards, refit all of the console back in. Okay, so I've just got this centre part back in because it is quite tricky to do while holding the camera, because you've got to locate those clips in. So that's all back in now. All I'm going to do is actually screw that back in, because it hasn't been screwed in for God knows how many months now, which is fine. I'll just get that sorted. But for now, we're just going to do the bit that is probably a bit more interesting, which is the handbrake boot. So if I just place this camera down, oh, she's tight. She's definitely fucking tight. Just like with all the console off and stuff like that, it actually looks quite nice. So doesn't it? It's a bit tight of a fit here, and it's like sort of pulled some of the leather, as you can probably see there. I've also adjusted that bit so you don't see the plastic no more. But I mean, overall, for a DIY job, we've never like done this before, because Luke helped me with the handbrake, like the console part on the handbrake. I think looks quite nice, to be fair, especially complements each other with the boots matching, like all down, and obviously the seats being leather and black stitched as well. Obviously different texture to the seats, but obviously you've got to realise this is brand new, this isn't. But I think we've done alright, to be fair. That looks quite nice. Doesn't look too out of place, because I was a bit worried with this being plastic still. But no, I'm quite happy with this, to be fair. Must admit, done quite a nice job. So what I'm going to do now, fit the new kick panels, fit those, get these door cards off, and we'll look at actually skinning these door cards now. So I'll just quickly do this off camera. It's a pair of kick panels, who gives a shit? So I'll see you when we start stripping the door cards. So we've now got both the cards off. Nice and easy. I'll just get you a quick torch. Right, so we've got like these little plastic things that have been melted. I was really hoping it wouldn't be like that, but we've just got to sort of somewhat destroy them, but not destroy them, if that makes sense, to get these off, so we can actually remove this foam stuff very carefully. Might even heat it up just to be extra careful, and then we'll possibly have to just place these over and just gently glue it back on. So I'm just going to do one card and then show you. See now, it's all out. Just had to sort of tease it, fucking cobweb in there. Had to tease it through this part here from the handle, so that's off. So what I'm going to do now is just actually focus on actually getting this material off, which hopefully shouldn't be too difficult. If not, I'll just apply a bit of heat. Okay, so I took the old fabric off, and then it left me with like the, I think it's like a cork sort of mould for where the fabric goes onto, and then I just used a razor blade to get rid of any of the foam that's underneath here off, any excess. And then just went over it with like 400 grit paper just to get rid of any excess bit of sponge. And then we stuck the leather down with some sticky adhesive. And this is our result. I think it's a scratch on the lens. But yeah, it looks quite nice. You can see a little bit here, but once the trim's on, you won't be able to see none of that, which is good. But yeah, I think overall it looks pretty good. So I'll put you for a time lapse on what I did on the new door card. Say hello to Taz. And then I'll literally probably just, where I've obviously broken like the plastic where it's melted, I'll just have to get some glue of some sort. And just well, glue it, I suppose. So yeah, just gonna whack it on time lapse. We'll do the other one very quickly. Find some glue, which I'm sure I've got. Let that set, and then we'll put the cards back in the car and have a little look. the finished result. Not too sad, if I'm honest with you. Had a bit of trouble sticking that corner down. Took a few goes to get it right as well, because it's quite short. I was hoping it would be literally cut to fit, but it ain't. It's literally just the inner part, which makes it 10 times more fucking difficult, but there you go. But no, looks quite nice. So just going to refit it back to the door card, glue them both in, and then I'll show you them refitted to the car. Okay, well that sucked. When removing those plastic rivets, I probably overcooked it a little bit, and it made it very, very difficult to glue back. Like, the glue I had sucked, so I had to get some more. But the passenger side was an absolute pain in the arse. And obviously bits of clips breaking, shit like that. Door handle breaks, you know what I mean? You're starting to get pissed off. Like, considering like the time this took for me to do, compared to like waiting for glue to dry, just shit like that. Was a piss take, but I mean, we got there in the end. Alright, let's show you how it looks. So much nicer. It's fucking dots on my lens. I do apologise. But yeah, I mean, door card's dirty where I've been fucking chucking them around and stuff, but that's fine. When I next wash it, they'll get a nice little clean. But overall, I'm happy. At least we got it done. Looks lovely now. Like, it matches all nicely. Don't get me wrong, they're not perfect. I'm far from a bloody upholsterer, so if you do find some mistakes and stuff, like, so be it. You know, like, I appreciate you guys would want it perfect, but I don't think we did too bad, if I'm honest with you. I think we did alright, considering. The only the bit that sucked about them was they weren't like the full size of the panel, because I was hoping to just wrap them and recreate the holes, but it was literally cut to that size that you see, so you had to get it spot on or you were noticing it. I'll be totally honest, even behind the panel where it's like got the cork, I just sprayed it black just in case anything did show, so you can't see it. But yeah, quite happy with the result. Looks much better. I'm sorry, I would do some cinematics on the interior, but I'm just fucked off. I've had enough today. I want to just have like nice bath and just get ready for work tomorrow, if I'm honest with you. So apologies on that note, but really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you later.